Om Vakrtunda Mahakaya Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Deva Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Atha Panchamodhyayah.
Atha Panchamodhyayah.
Shri Bhagavad Vacha.
Shri Bhagavad Vacha.
Shloka number 24, 23rd shloka, important shloka which we have seen yesterday, completed. This shloka, little difficult to chant. Listen. Yontas sukontaramas tathantar jyotirevayah.
Yontas sukonthararamaha tathantha jyotirevayah.
Sayogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhutodhigacchati.
Sayogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhutodhigacchati.
Brahma nirvanam, not nirvanam. This is another shloka where this Brahma nirvanam, Brahma bhutaha. Brahma nirvanam, nirvana is moksha. Nirvana, the word is used in Buddhism also. Nirvana, moksha. Brahma bhutodi gacchati. So nirvana here, muktaha. Jivaneva muktaha. After the exhaustion of the prarabdha, that is after the fall of the body, becomes videha muktaha. It is muktaha all the way. So then the shloka Bhavan describes a person who has this knowledge, Atma Jnanam. Saha anta sukha. His sukha is not external. It doesn't look for happiness in the external world. He is anta sukha, Atma sukha. Sukha which is the source of sukha, which is oneself, Atma. Sukontara aramaha, and he revels in that. Tata antar jyotihi eva yaha. Antar jyotihi. Tata antar jyotihi. The jyoti, the self-effulgent. Antar jyotihi. There is antar jyoti brahmanam in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Bhashyakara Shankaracharya just presented that in the form of a Ekashloki. Beautiful shlokas. One shloka. Into a Ekashloki means only one shloka, which is a Prakarana Grantha. One shloka, Prakarana Grantha. Prakarana Grantha generally will have many shlokas dealing with a particular topic. And the number of shlokas, there is no any rule. There are Prakarana Grantha which are more than 1,000 shlokas, which are 500 shlokas. 5 shlokas, 10 shlokas. It's called Panchakam, Shatkam. This is Ekashloki. Only one shloka. Ekashloki, one shloka, it is Prakarana Grantaha. There the shloka, it goes like this. Kim jyotis tava bhanumana hanime ratrau pradipadikam syadevam ravidipadarshana vido kim jyotirakya kime chakshustasya nimilanadi samaye Kim dhirdhiyo darshane kim tatrahamato bhavan paramakam jyotis tadasmi prabho jyotihi antar jyotihi. It's not Bhagir jyotihi, antar jyotihi is atma jyotihi. Sayogi, that yogi becomes free. Brahma nirvanam, Brahma bhutaha adhigacchati. Brahma bhutaha, atma bhutaha, Brahma bhutaha adhigacchati. Yaha, the one whose fulfillment is oneself, anta sukhaha, satisfaction, contentment, sukha, happiness is in oneself. Antararama, haramaha is reveling. The word Rama is derived from the Ram dhatu. Ram, Ramate, Sarvani Bhutani, Asminiti. So revels in oneself, Atmani, Atmanyeva Santushtaha, Atma Ramaha, we say. So Antaramaha is Atma Ramaha. Tata, Antar Jyotihi, light. Antar Jyotihi is awake to the inner light, that is Atma. Jyotihi, effulgence. So Antarya Jyotihi, effulgence, that is Jnanam, is awake to this Jnanam. Who is that person? That's yogi. That here yogi is not karma yogi, it's a jnani. So the word yogi is used depending on the context. We have to give the meaning. Jnana yogi, jnani ityartaha. Brahma bhutaha, being Brahma, Brahma with Brahmaiva bhavati, Brahma bhutaha san. Then he becomes free. Brahma nirvanam adhigacchati, he gains Brahma nirvanam. The freedom, Brahma nirvanam, nirvana is moksha. So moksha, which is Brahma. Brahma jnanam, that is moksha, adhigacchati. So moksha is, freedom is not by going anywhere, it is by jnanam, here itself. So gains the freedom, which is Brahma. Gaining the freedom is not by traveling, not by any doing. It is by knowledge. Therefore, knowing that Atma, Aham Atma, Brahma, it becomes free. Brahma Bhutaha san, Brahma Nirvanam adhigacchati. Brahma with Brahmaiva bhavati. The meaning of the Shruti Vakya. Brahma Nirvanam adhigacchati. Brahma Bhutaha, Brahma Nirvanam adhigacchati is Brahma with Brahmaiva bhavati. In the previous shloka, Bhagavan talked about the Karma Yogi, who is a Sukhi, is a Yogi, Sasuki, Naraha, the happy, the cheerful person. Here we have three beautiful words to describe the wise person who has the knowledge of the Atma being Brahma. The previous shloka, Karma Yogi, now here, Jnana Yogi, that is Jnani, talked about who has the Jnanam of Atma. Atma is Brahma. Therefore, Anta Sukhaha, Antara Ramaha, Antar Jyotihi. All these are Bhagubriki Samasa, compound. So this compound describe the person, description of the person who has this knowledge. So therefore, Antar Jyotihi, Anta Sukhaha, Antaha Sukham. What Sukham? Atma Sukham. Antaha Sukham is, it is Swarupa Sukham. Eva Yasyasaha, Bhagubriki. Similarly, Aramaha, revels. Antaha Aramaha Yasyasaha. So he is revels in himself. Atma Kridavan, Atmaratihi, iti Mundaka Upanishad also comes. Antar Jyotihi, Antaha Eva Jyotihi. Jyotihi is Atma. Antaha Eva Jyotihi is awake to that. Antar Jyotihi. Antaha Jyotihi. Atmani Jnanavan. Eva Jnanavan ityartaha. Atma Jnanavan. Antar Jyotihi. Those are three words. The meanings for which we shall see now. Okay. Antasukha is one who, for whom the fulfillment is in self alone. He is not satisfied with anything which are accomplished through dharmartha, kamapurushartha, anything from the external world. That is, his fulfillment is in oneself. Any amount of external fulfillment cannot fulfill really. Therefore, he is fulfilled. It's already full. Already full. The fullness have to be known. No one can become full by accomplishing the unaccomplished. So therefore, this is it's accomplishing the accomplished. Siddhasya siddhi. That is only by vittasya vitti, only by jnana. Accomplishing the accomplished is achieving the achieved. Gaining the already gained is only by jnana. Accomplishing the unaccomplished, gaining the ungained, that is by karma. For that only, for the karma only is required for the accomplishment of dharma, artha, kama, purushartha. It requires karma because dharma, artha, kama, which are to be accomplished. Therefore, karma is involved. What about moksha, freedom? It is already accomplished. So therefore, the fulfillment is discovery of the fulfillment. So therefore, for whom the fulfillment is oneself. So it is not he fulfills, it's already fulfilled. What kind of fulfillment? What kind of atma that is that is feels fulfilled? This atma is Sachit Ananda Atma, that is Brahma, complete. Satyachit Anandaha. These are Lakshanani, Brahma Lakshanam. Brahma Lakshanam is Atma Lakshanam because Atma is Brahma. Generally, people look to situations for their happiness, which is why they have problems, all of which have been already pointed out. The doshas. The happiness which are derived from the external world have the doshas. Because what are the doshas? Say three types of dosha. Atrapti karatvam, first of all, it doesn't give you satisfaction, complete satisfaction. It may give satisfaction temporarily, but not lasting. And also, it is mixed with dukkha mishritatvam. So it is dukkha mishritatvam, atrapti karatvam, and it is anitya. Dukkha, it is atrapti karatvam. It is doesn't satisfy oneself. If it satisfies oneself, once it is gained, it must satisfy. So, but it doesn't. The more you accomplish, the more it, like a fire, it more is asked for. So therefore, atrapti karatvam. Atrapti karatvam and bandhakatvam. Third dosha is bandhakatvam. So bandhakatvam, atrapti karatvam, dukkha mishritatvam. It binds you. It will not make you free, without which you cannot sustain. So bandhakatva, bondage, creates bondage. And it is also anityatvam. Whatever you accomplish, it is going to be temporary. So these are the defects. So therefore, the problems which have been already pointed out. You also saw that the karma yogi, because of his or her attitude, enjoys a certain sukham. That is relative sukham. Here, knowing the Atma, the person finds fulfillment in oneself. The karma yogi who enjoys a relative sukham now, after having become the jnana yogi, that is having gained jnanam, then he gains sukham which cannot be lost because it is oneself. Where else can you find fulfillment in fact? Because I am fullness, aham purnaha, I am fulfilled, aham purnaha. So it is discovery of purnatvam. You cannot say I am fulfilled because I am married, because I have a son, because I have this job, because I have this or that. This may give temporary fulfillment. I am fulfilled only for the time being. If you think your fulfillment depends on such things, you will definitely find yourself in trouble sooner or later. That is why Viveka is required. It doesn't mean these things are denied. These things are required, marriage, son, job, parentage, etc. But one must know these cannot make me a complete person, a fulfilled person. The one who is fulfilled is one for whom the fulfillment is centered on the knowledge of I, the knowledge of Atma, the knowledge of oneself. That I is a fulfillment in itself. It is fullness. The very meaning of the word I is fullness. It doesn't lack anything whatsoever. What does it lack? It is free from any notion, free from doership, free from the sense of any limitation or imperfection. Atma is nitya, shuddha, mukta, svabhavaha. It is nityaha. It is free from any sense of limitation. Kalataha, deshataha, not subject to limitation. Aparichinnam atma. It is shuddha. It is always pure. It cannot be contaminated. Therefore, it is free from impurities. Raga, dvesha. Mukta svabha is already, it's ever free. Therefore, free from doership, free from any notion. So therefore, Atma, that is Swarupa of Atma. Therefore, all that is there is pure consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanya, which is fullness, which is all, Purnam. That is why Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Then the person who is truly fulfilled with this knowledge of oneself is called Antasukha. Who has this knowledge is called Antasukha. So Antaha eva Sukam. Sukha, the fulfillment, the happiness which is born of oneself. It is Antaha. It is inner, not outer. It's called fulfilled with oneself. Antasukha. Then nothing is required to amuse the wise person. Here, an extra word, Antararamaha. Aramaha, Antararamaha. Antararamaha is described here. Because this person is Antasukha, he or she reveals in the self. Atmatritaha ityartaha. Antasukha means Atmatrita. Atmaneva santushtaha. The word revel here is used in the sense of play here. Reveling. Revel is play. Atma krida. Generally, people generally require a lot of playthings to keep themselves in good humor, like skating rings, theaters, or pack of cards. Because you have to amuse yourself, you have to keep yourself in good mood. You're always doing something to be pleased. Here, Bhagavan says that the wise person, he amuses himself by himself. He doesn't require any of these things. He amuses himself by himself. Atmani, Atma Kridavan. Nothing else is required to amuse this person. He's amused all the time. There is no time when he is not amused. With eyes open, he's amused. With eyes closed, he's amused. And when he looks at his mind, he's definitely amused. Even when the wise man has memories, but instead of getting to them, he's simply amused by them. The mind itself is an amusement park. So you need not go to any park. His mind revels in himself. You require no one or nothing else to thrill you. Your own mind provides all kinds of amusements, musings, and thrillers too. It has music and talk shows also. Because a wise person is amused himself by himself. It's called Antar Aramaha. Aramaha is rest. You feel comfort, you play, you revel. Antarha with yourself. Finally, the person, this is description of Antararamaha. Next is Antarjyotihi. Finally, the person, wise person, the Jnani is called Antarjyotihi, meaning mind here. Jyotihi means light. Like light, the mind illumines the object for you to see. Therefore, it is called Jyotihi, Antarjyotihi. In addition to illumining objects, the mind is also awake to the self. That is why Antarjyotihi is the one who is awake to self. The mind illumines the objects in the sense when Indriyas, sense organs perceive sense objects, when it is backed up by the mind which is which is which is available. It is not a sleeping mind. When the mind is awake, backed up by the mind, the sense organs perceive sense objects. So the mind which illuminates the objects, without mind there cannot be any perception. So in addition to illuminating objects of the world, the mind is now as the knowledge that is ahankara previously, which was responsible for attributing kartrutvam to Atma. Now the mind is awake to the Atma as it is. So therefore, mind is also awake to the self that puts up the seeming show of division. So that Dvaita Bhava is gone. Previously, subject-object division was there. That is because of Ajnanam. That Ajnanam is gone now. Therefore, the mind is awake to Atma. Jnanam takes place only in the mind. Ignorance is only of the mind, not of the Atma. So the ignorance is gone. Therefore, mind is awake to Atma. Jyotihi, Antarjyotihi. Therefore, the translation is the mind which is awake to Atma. In dream, you are the dreamer. The dreaming, and the objects dreamt. In the dream, you are the dreamer, the dreaming, and the dream object. In waking, it is the same thing. The seer or the knower is a self. The sight, the thought is a self. And the objects of thought, the seen, is the same self alone. The consciousness that is a self, it is the same knower consciousness. All knowledge implies consciousness. Any knowledge implies consciousness, chaitanyam. Every thought is consciousness. And the object of thought, it is not separate from this consciousness. Pot consciousness. Pot. Pot is a thought. That is not separate from this consciousness. Without consciousness, there cannot be pot consciousness, tree consciousness, cloth consciousness. So therefore, the object of thought is not separate from this consciousness, which is Sat, existence of everything. Pot exists, the existence of the pot, existence. And it is known. It is known, pot exists, consciousness. Therefore, pot as a thought exists because of consciousness. Therefore, it is not separate from this consciousness. It cannot exist without this consciousness. Therefore, now the knower known knowledge, the triputi, the three the differences. The knower, the known, and the knowledge. Difference is purely a show, good show. So that's why samsara is called a leela. It's a play. Not for the Jnani, it is a leela for the Lord. It's a good show. This Jagat is a play. Lord's play, this. And the one whose mind is awake to this Atma, who is aware of the self, is called Antarjyotihi. The wise person here, it's referred to as yogi. Here the yogi, the word means it is jnana yogi. So jnani is said to be one who is in the form of Brahma, Brahma Bhutaha. Brahma Bhutaha, Brahma Vidya, it's a compound again, Brahma Bhutaha. Being Brahma, meaning one whose Atma is Brahma, the one whose Atma is not separate from Brahma, whose very self is Brahma. Aham Atma Brahma Iti. Brahma is Jagat Karanam, Atma Aham. They are not different. Therefore, Atma is Brahma. And what does this person gain? Brahma Nirvanam Adhigacchati Moksha. Brahma Nirvana means moksha. Another word for moksha is Brahma Nirvanam. Salvation, they say. In Buddhism, they use nirvana. Yeah, moksha. Brahma Nirvana means moksha. Jivan Muktihi. After this life, Videha Muktihi. So Brahma Nirvanam, Brahma Nivritti, Brahmananda. Brahma Nirvritti, not Nivritti. Brahma Nirvritti. Brahma Gamana, Brahmananda, otherwise called moksha. Nivritti, Nirvritti, there's a difference. Nivritti is withdrawal. Nirvritti is. Nirvritti means Brahma Nirvritti, engagement, engage, gaining that Nirvritti. Some small difference that changes the meaning. Nivritti is withdrawal. Nirvritti is Nirpurvaka Vritti. It means it is happiness, Brahma Nirvritti, Brahmananda Ityata. Nirvritti is Santosha, happiness, Sukham. So Brahma Nirvritti. So Brahmananda, therefore Brahmananda, other is called Moksha. The one who is Antasukha, Antararamaha, Antarjyotihi, being one whose Atma is Brahma, Brahma Bhutaha gains Moksha. Moksha is freedom from sense of limitation and bondage. Sense of limitation is bondage. The bondage which is notional. The Atma that is Brahma is understood by this person, and therefore this person is called Brahma. And who is this person? From the shloka number 22 of this chapter, Bhagavan has been summing up. Shloka number 22. Now we are reading the shloka number 25. We are in the shloka number 24. So 22, it means it starts from the shloka, Yehi Samsparshaja Bhogaha. From there onwards, Bhagavan has been summing up the description of a sannyasi as a person who is a sarva karma sannyasi, the one who renounces all forms of action, not literally by knowledge. Even though the previous shloka we said yogi, but we can take it as karma yogi or we can take it as jnani also, because jnani is one who is able to completely master the kama krodha. So the previous shloka also 23. You can take it as sarva karma sannyasi. And here Bhagavan used the word Brahma Nirvana in the last verse of the second chapter. Also in the second chapter he used Yesha Brahmi Siti Partha Brahma Nirvana Madhikachati. In the second chapter, last shloka 72. Brahma Nirvanam. So here also uses the word Brahma Nirvanam. The person whose self is in Brahma is not deluded and being established in Brahma. That is Brahma Nishta. Brahmani eva Sitihi Nitaram Sutihi Yasya. Even at the end of one's life gains liberation. This is the shloka, translation of the shloka of the 72 shloka of the second chapter. Yesha Brahmi Siti Partha, Siti Partha. Nainam prapya mukyati. Antak, then he gains moksha even at the end of the life. Brahma nirvanam adhigacchati. So that is Brahmi sthiti. Yesham Brahmi sthiti. Brahmi sthiti. Satif partha. Nainam prapya vimugyati. Gaining which he will not deluded. Then stitva syamantakalepi Brahma nirvanam rachati. Brahma nirvanam rachati gacchati adhigacchati. Rachati also meaning gacchati, gaining. Adhigacchati. In the shloka it is adhigacchati. Just 72nd shloka of the second chapter, the last shloka. There, richati, adhigacchati, same. So there also Bhagavan uses the word Brahma Nirvana, meaning moksha. Ityartaha. So this person is called Brahma Bhuta in this shloka, the present shloka, whose Atma is Brahma, free from the sense of doership and enjoyership. Such a person gains Nirvana, which is moksha. Because the word Nirvana alone is sometimes understood as some kind of void. It is not here. We use the word Brahma Nirvana, not just Nirvana. Nirvana means empty, emptiness, vacuum. But we use Brahma Nirvana, means Nirvana meaning Ananda, freedom from everything, freedom from the sense of limitation. And we use the word moksha. So it is not shunya, it is not emptiness. The emptiness here, it is the limitlessness. That is my swarupa, one's swarupa of oneself. It's another shloka important. All the shlokas of this chapter are excellent shlokas, very important shlokas. So with this is completed. Then the next shloka, 25th shloka, we will read. We will read in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha.